なんとか倒せたようだな。
戻ることもできるみたいね。
まだ状況が理解できんが、俺の名がクロムということだけは覚えている。
クロムか。ありがとう。おかげで翼を助けることができた。俺はイツキ、青いイツキって言うんだ。
青いイツキか。こちらこそ礼を言わせてくれ。お前の内に秘めた輝きが俺の闇を払ってくれたんだ。ありがとう。そしてよろしく、イツキ。
ああ、よろしく、クロム。
私はシーダ。あなたは翼という名前なの？
はい。織部翼、18歳です。
ごめんなさい、翼。私のせいで怖かったわよね。
それは、はい。確かに怖かったです。でも、あなたがいなかったら今頃どうなってたかわからないから。ありがとうございます、シーダさん。
シーダでいいわ。翼は優しい子ね。
それで結局クロムたちって何者？俺たちを襲ったり助けたり。
待ってくれ。俺はなぜ自分がここにいるのかすらわからないんだ。
シーダもですか？
私も思い出そうとはしてるのだけど。
そっか。どうしよう、いつきくん。
それだができるだけ早く脱出した方がいい。あれが敵の全てだとは限らない。
クロムの言う通りだ。詳しいことは生き延びてから考えよう。
You can confirm your current location by tapping on Map, which can be found on the bottom of your gamepad screen. Following mode displays the map of your current location. Swiping it will enable you to display another location of your choosing. Touch the center button at the right side of the screen to return to the center. Return the map to your current character's location. There we go. But basically I have a map on my screen down here. It looks pretty standard. Looks like the usual sort of wire, like just a basic outline map that you would have seen in most Final Fantasy games and stuff like that. The usual. Alright. And here we have, yep, very Persona level. Which is a nice, is both nice and disappointing simultaneously. I have super mixed feelings about the levels of the dungeons in these types of games. So, good news is they take a time to make something very visually dynamic and interesting looking with all these little patterns and the particle effects and the cool looking walls and all these little designs. It's intricate and that's nice. But it also does mean that they're going to be copy-pasting a lot of locations in order to cut on costs. But that's pretty much the standard. Thank you for coming after me. Itsuki, I was so relieved. So I'll probably be mispronouncing his name the entire game, Itsuki, or it doesn't sound anything like how they seem to pronounce it. But at the same time, it's just accepted that we call that guy from Fire Emblem Chrom. But the voice actor was clearly saying something along the lines of like Korome or something like that. And I'm like, I know, no, I don't, I can't. In fact, I'd probably be accused of being racist if I continually tried to pronounce it that way. There's an enemy here too. The symbol you see before you represents the presence of an enemy Mirage. When you come into contact with a symbol, a battle will begin. You can perform a sword attack with X. These symbols, on these symbols to knock enemies down and avoid combat. In addition, when you come into contact with a downed enemy symbol, you may be able to get the first action in battle. In these situations, it is highly recommended that you rely on your sword attack. So basically, run out to him, smack him in the face, and we'll get our head start to the fight. There we go. Gives us our advantage. So to confirm on the previous thing I talked about, we definitely did not heal between fights, so we'll have to maintain that. What are we fighting here? I could use Zio. This guy's weak against Zio. We have a Dark Mage. Don't know what he is yet, but we can take this guy out really quickly and reduce our number of enemy targets. He's so close. Damage incoming. Yep. We're gonna want to get that heal going. Tia. There we go. At least it's strong. Let's go ahead and finish this guy off. Fewer problems for us. And we also got a dodge out of it. Nice. Well, we're gonna make up the difference on our damage here really quickly then. There we go. We're all healed up. So let's try lightning and see how effective it is against this new enemy. Risk is medium face. There's an emoji for my risk factor on this attack. Ooh. Let's go for the attack. There we go. So this one's weak against melee. Noticeably so, or at least it's weak against spears. I use swords, so we have to juggle the two. But there's no apparent weakness for lightning as shown by the dash we now have. Let's try swords. Yep. So the spellcaster's just weak against melee attacks. As you'd more or less expect. Got new skills. Whoa. 2 new skills for one of them.
Chrom を通して新たな戦い方が俺の中に。
これがこの姿の意味だというのか。
Your weapon, or Carnage, has reached a certain mastery level. You will gain mastery each time you act in combat, and when you have enough, you can learn a new skill. Try checking the new skills that you just learned. In this case, we learned Cleave. I'm sorry, that's a Falchion? That's not supposed to be a rapier? I don't agree. That doesn't seem accurate at all. So we have Cleave. What's Cleave do? A light attack, physical sword. I can put it in my command skills, which means something. We have session skills. We have passive skills. Extra skills, radiant skills. I can't even put it in somewhere like this, right? Nope. Only options are command. Shown by the fact that the other ones are fogged out. Is this okay? Yeah, sure.
この力受け取って翼。
Now you've got 2 new skills. Oh, you've got something different here. So you have Elec Lunge, which has an S. So it's a session skill. It is a light attack, physical lance. Oh, the lances. They're calling them lances, not spears. Okay. That's fine. So we can put this into session skills. We'll learn what that means, I'm sure. And then just a normal light attack, skewer.
いいかしら。
Yeah, this will be fine. So they both got special attacks. Same apparent element as the regular, just use an attack attacks. Except they use EP, which comes with a suggestion that they should be more powerful. Otherwise, why would you bother? Medicine. That'll help. Let's see, there's quite a few enemies lurking around here. Keep an eye on your health and heal before things get out of hand. I'll get right on that, sir. Where the baddies at? There's one. 2 of them. Oh, hello. Wasn't expecting him to go over there. That was weird. Kind of expect them to charge you directly, not to kind of run off in a direction. Fine. When an enemy's weakness is attacked with a skill, an ally who possesses a session skill corresponding to that skill will perform a follow-up attack. This is called a session. The attacks that make up a session inflict more damage than a single normal attack, so it is crucial that you target an enemy's weakness and connect several sessions together often. Okay, so one person has learned a session so far. We have a session skill on our lance user. So I want to target weaknesses with my sword user. The new session skill, Elec Lunge, triggers off an Elec affinity skill. In this case, it can perform a session with Itsuki's Zio. Try attacking an enemy's weakness with Itsuki's Zio. Trying to pronounce that name mid-sentence just throws me for a loop. I'll get used to it. Although if I don't get used to it, it'd be pretty amusing, because it'd be a long time of not getting used to it. Let's get this, ooh. This guy's weak against fire and sword. Oh, we have all of their weaknesses now. Oh, it just tells you all their weaknesses. So I guess after you fight them, you just learn everything about them. Interesting. Can't you run away? Let's see. Yeah, you can escape. If that works properly, it's probably smartest to run away then, the first time you fight a new enemy you've never seen before, because then you can just learn what their weaknesses are for next time, without having to risk yourself. There's our first ever session. Ow. Really just gonna want to follow up on that again, but since we're gonna session the other character, we might as well melee the Dark Mage. Then follow up with another Zio. Hey now, calm down. Could go for a heal, might want to wait slightly longer than that because he's only down to 90. Although he does. Nah, I have a lot of energy. It's fine. I'll use Dia. He'll have his attack next, and he should be relatively strong. So maybe he can just finish this guy off. Wonder if I should try doing cleave. Yep, physical sword, light attack. Let's see if this does more damage. It was certainly strong enough. We have Prestige, Magic Force, 350 yen. And a new skill. Maybe it'll be a backup session skill to add to our supply. Gotta level up. Are these genuinely random? It almost seems like they would be. Ooh. That was a decent total of level ups if that's the case. If I remember correctly, Fire Emblem's rather infamous for being pretty random. We got Lance Slash. It's also a session skill. Awesome. Physical light attack. Oh, it's triggered by lance attacks. Good. So now if the other character does a melee attack, we'll get a follow-up session skill for that. Well, now we'll be triggering combos left and right. Where do we want to go? Oh, that's the way I came. Right. We got attacked that one time. I remember now. Gotta reorient yourself after combat to remind yourself where you're going. Hi! No, 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 no. Haha! Sneaky, sneaky. You can't escape me. You know not my power. They're so happy. All things considered, I probably wouldn't be this happy in this setting. What are we fighting? The usual. Alright. Zio? There we go. They're definitely training you to use sessions here, because if you do anything besides sessions, things just don't die. But if you do sessions, they get obliterated. So it just seems like the smart thing to do at that point. Look at that. A lunge. I'm still slightly taken back by what they're calling that sword, but it's fine. Just call it a rapier though. It's fine. Just go with it. Looks like we're on our way to learning Rakukaja. The icon looks strange, so I'm guessing it's probably a different category of skill than the ones we've learned up till now. We have an item stashed over here. What a nice location, by the way. I was more or less right, too. They're smart. They're good enough at making this a nice, cool-looking location with the waterfalls and some hints of a weird background. Got 2 revival beads. We have a waterfall and a nightmarish cityscape and weird floating things. That said, it's the same thing floating over and over again, and it's the same hallway segments over and over again. So it's the thing I love and the thing I don't love at the same time. Cool background though. We have a big suspension bridge that seems to be warping around in a nightmarish way, and we have the slowly rotating Ferris wheel that from here kind of resembles a clock, maybe? No, it's just a Ferris wheel. Just a glowy Ferris wheel. A mysterious power is protecting this wall. There's nothing Itsuki can do right now. Well, I guess we'll just have to give up. Now that we've saved her, the goal is just to get out, right? That's why I'm surprised they're so cheery, honestly. Another urgent topic from Tuma. He says, Itsuki, are you okay? Yeah, somehow. I found Tsubasa too. We're alright. Where are you guys even at right now? I actually have no idea. Ah, you dumbass. Okay, look. You guys gotta find the exit. Got that? There should be a round building somewhere south of you. The exit's near there, so get moving. And be careful. These guys do not die. Or you guys better not die is probably what it said. That must be it. I don't quite catch the last message on the text messages sometimes because it kind of auto ends, which is a little off-putting, but it's fine. What's the tactics? What does this do? In the tactics menu, you can determine how Itsuki's allies will act during battle. If any tactic other than commanding a character individually is chosen, the cast member will act according to the tactic assigned to him or her. A tactic can be set by pressing A and be cancelled by pressing B. Note that the set tactic will have no effect during auto battle, and it cannot be changed until Itsuki's next turn. It has no effect during auto battle. Weird. That seems like the exact thing. Auto battle sounds like the exact situation where I'd want this to happen in the first place. The idea of a tactic. What happens if I click on her here? Change tactics? What? It just left the menu? Weird. Okay, that's not very well explained. You enter tactics, you click on a guy, and then it's like, you want to change tactics? And you're like, yeah. And then they kick you out of the menu. Then you just leave. I may have just changed something on accident. Oh well. Let's learn. Oh, we got 2 of these guys this time. So the smart thing to do is a melee attack against these characters. I could either go for cleave, or I could conserve my energy and just go for a regular attack. Which I think I will do. Wait for a Zeo opportunity instead. Whoops. Graceful. Let's go for Skewer. Because of the session, we can probably take care of one of these guys each turn. There we go. Pain. Let's review the items we have so far. We haven't seen them yet. Restores a small fixed amount of hit points. Medicine. Soft drink also does that. Lifestone slightly restores hit points. Alright, these are vague and practically synonyms. Revival bead revives one ally. Now that's explicit and useful. Stabbing time. You know what you did. You deserve that. No need to use a skill here probably, because as long as we make contact, it should do this. No, it shouldn't. Okay. That's the important difference here. Okay. If you want to cause a session, you need to use a skill. A normal attack won't trigger a session. Good to know. That's the distinction there. I was wondering what the point was of her having a lance attack skill and then just an attack which also uses a lance. As you might imagine, the difference there is just the inclusion of a skill. So knowing how that recontextualizes things is important. We've got Mage Force and Unholy Temptation. This must be going to a different menu than the one that I use in combat. Maybe they're a resource.
化け物たちが落とすこれってなんだろう。
それはパフォーマだ。おそらく人間たちから奪ったものだろう。
パフォーマ。
あなたたち人間のみが持つ内なる力、そして私たちのような存在の糧となるものよ。
オーディションの司会者はこのパフォーマを狙って人をさらっていたのか。
でもこれキラキラしてて綺麗だね。
翼の中からもパフォーマの輝きを感じるわ。
人間の持つ力か。
So we're dealing with souls or some variation thereof being harvested from people. And now we're gathering them right back. Hi. Swing. I wonder if I can multitask here. Lure them next to each other, knock them down, and try to battle them simultaneously, but somehow still get an advantage. Kind of making stuff up as I go along here, so probably not. Might as well just attack regularly. Neither of them are vulnerable to my specials. We'll get in there with that lance attack in a moment. Hey now. He could use a heal. Let's try to get rid of one of them first, though. There we go. Now with one of the attackers down, we'll get less incoming damage, especially if we avoid it like that. Stabbing time. Let's heal up. There we go. Heal up Chrom or Itsuki. The idea that that's not just Chrom is slightly confusing. There are weird fusions and everything. I kind of thought that we'd be playing as the Fire Emblem characters themselves during combat. It kind of further diminishes their impact on the game itself, doesn't it? Handling it this way. Maybe they'll become a bigger deal later. But right now you become like a half human, half Fire Emblem character for combat. Almost as if it's actually like those with the Digimon fusions, where the trainer would become one with their Digimon. And things got really weird and existential for a while. Unholy Temptation. Hey, got our new skills. Let's find out. Alright, this one it raises the party's defense for 3 rounds. That's probably useful for a number of situations. Especially boss fights, of course. Look forward to having more utility. Now what'd you get? Sword Lunge is also... okay. Now when sword attacks happen, they will also trigger a session skill. It gives Chrom more to do when we're not fighting people who aren't weak. Well, when we're fighting people who are not weak against lightning is what I mean to say. He can still try to trigger sessions in different ways. Especially since all these melee characters are weak to... I mean, all these spellcasting mage characters are all weak against basically every melee attack. Whoops. That one practically spawned inside of me. Oh, it's these guys again. We missed you. Now, a Caspar. Don't know what that is yet. Let's take out the known entities first, just because we can quickly remove most of our opponents. There you go. Ow. Aggie, the fire attack. Well, you're pretty much ready for a heal again at this point. You're getting a lot of attention over there, Chrom. Wow. So he's weak against fire. Good to know. There we go. At least now we can only be attacked by one opponent for a while. Let's find out how this guy reacts to thrusting attacks. Nope, just a regular old attack. Ow. Okay, so how do you react to lightning attacks then? You're probably strong against lightning and weak against... Nope, you're weak against lightning. I was thinking maybe it's strong versus lightning and weak against water or something because it's a fire. Nope. Well, still can be weak against fire too. I mean, weak against water. We'll learn. In fact, next time, based on what I've seen so far, next time I see them, I should be able to see their new weaknesses. Level 5. Ooh. That's a decent number of ticks there. Oh yeah. A lot of stats going up now. They're leveling up as humans so quickly. Strength boost. Increases strength by 2. It's a passive skill. Interesting. So now we're just buffing the characters themselves now. And it's the skill inheritance is complete. So now I need to change my weapons if I want to learn new skills. This early on, I would probably not have new skills yet. How's our menu look? So only the humans show up over here. Interesting. Artists. So the artists are the party members. Level 4, both of them have their personal Persona Fire Emblem character. They're level 4, but they have state rank of 0. I'm sure that'll come up later. Wardrobe, that's gotta be our equipment screen, right? Can I change my weapon to anything else? As expected, there's not really anything else available to us right now. So the weapon itself affects our stats, huh? It seems like the weapon makes us weak against fire, strong against lightning. Unless that's just the stats of the character in general, but they're showing it here next to the weapon stats is what makes me think it might be that. Don't really expect us to have items to use. Hello. Is this just a full list of everybody's skills across the entire party? I suppose we'll find a reason why that menu exists, because at first glance I'm kind of curious. So these are enemies that are dropping off of different units we fight. 1 Fiery Spirit, because we fought 1 Casper. 4 Unholy Temptations, because we fought 4 Dark Mages. Or there's also a Mage Force from the Dark Mages. Blobs drop Crawling Darkness and Blob Force. Then we have the 1-star Prestige. The power of praise given by the audience. So it's like applause. There's a lot of abstract concepts being applied as physical objects here, or energies. And these are the enemies we met so far. Can I click on it? I highlight him here, and he shows up on my gamepad. So Caspar is weak against ice, lightning, something that looks like a shockwave or a sound wave. I believe he's immune to death effects, and resistant to fire. No special stats with any sort of physical characters. I wish I could not have stuff show up on the gamepad, just because I feel like the audience is left out when I'm recording stuff. Chakra drop. But suffice to say, just like everything else in this game, the gamepad is very much a nice and clear presentation. They're very good at clean, colorful interfaces. I'm not going backwards now, am I? That is my menu. I meant to sword slash. I'm mixing up affirmative and negative buttons right now. Oh, there we go. My bad. I made it this far, but I'm now getting stuck in the trap of what happens when you play a game. We're starting with her, of all people. Interesting. I guess I'll just attack. As you may be familiar with already, there's just that issue where you play a game like this with this kind of controller, and if you're used to, say, an Xbox controller or something, having the buttons X, Y, A, B, but flipping them all on a mirror leads to some funny moments where you're like, yeah, press this button. Oh no, what have I done? So you're weak against... No, these guys are weak against swords and lightning. Which one should I prioritize in this context then? I guess cleave costs less, so might as well use that. Session attack. There we go. So I guess all of our fights are going to be in this arena, which seems to have some sort of audience. I actually can't make out the details of what is going on exactly in the background there with the audience. What is that? Honestly, they look kind of like vibrating fish, to be honest. We're getting very close to being able to one-shot these characters without a session. But it's good to have the session to clean things up for now because we're not quite there yet. Gonna want to heal for the next couple turns. It's time to recover. Hey now, calm down. I don't have this guy's weaknesses at all, right? No, he's weakness lightning, but I don't have the energy for that, do I? Nope. Might as well just attack then. We'll deal some damage here and there while we heal with our other character. Feel better. Wow, he's past 200 hit points now. You can actually feel how quickly they're gaining power. At this point, I could probably just get away with saving my energy. Right? Right. Oh! So close to what I assume is probably full mastered inheritance on that character's weapon. We'll get there one day. Alright, let me review my map real quick. Where in the world are we going? Yeah, this should be new. Gotta review my map every now and then just to figure out if we're going forward or backwards, because everything looks the same. Does he see me yet? Not yet? Let's sneak up on him. Gotcha. Might as well get as many levels as we can out of this early on. Don't know how soon we should expect to fight a mini-boss or anything. So we go for cleave, we can do some serious mage damage, which will be good news, because these guys hurt when they get turns. They're not playing nice. Well, I'll have to find a way to restore EP, or I'm going to be fresh out of it pretty soon here. In fact, I'm tempted to conserve energy, but I can take out a mage though. I should do that. Nice! So when I highlight, so like for example, I highlight this guy with attack, nothing shows up on the left side of the screen. I highlight them with skewer, boom! Clear information about what's going to happen next with my other character coming in to help. I love that. I've played a fair number of Japanese RPGs lately where there's a lack of clarity of information. Then I have so much information at my fingertips right now about everything I'd want to know, and I love that. Learn by follow this example, everybody. Come on. Like just to top everything else, I can look at my gamepad, and the gamepad has a detailed character readout of what my opponent... Well, right now it's showing me all of my current character stats. So on my gamepad, I can currently see my hit points, my energy, all of my weaknesses and resistances, my entire breakdown of stats, my attack and defense values, every single skill equipped on my entire character, and then I can press little arrows to switch between the different characters, so I can even go highlight the enemy and find out what I can about them, like what their current abilities are, like how they have the Agi skill, which is a fire-based attack, and it uses 6 SP to cast. Like, I have so much information available to me, and I'm so happy about that. It's great. That means when I screw up, it's all my fault. Which is for the best, but also will still happen. I'll still mess up. No promises. Skewer? Oh right, you're only weak against lightning, and he's out of energy, so we're just gonna have to punch you a lot until you stop moving. Hope you don't mind. Probably best to conserve our healing energy for now anyway. We don't have any EP restoring items yet, do we? We do. Chakra drop. I could probably use that. Let's go ahead and finish this fight first. But I might apply that as soon as this fight's over. They were even nice enough to give us 2 of them. Probably for that explicit purpose. Seriously though, why does she have bunny ears? I don't get that part. I'm sure it's just because. So now she learned Tarokaja. Raises the party's offense for 3 rounds. Nice. Activate both of those during a boss fight and see how things go. And yep, she's finished with Iron Feather, which must be that lance. See, that's easier to accept that a lance is called Iron Feather because it's just a name. But why did you call a rapier Falcoin? Or Falchion? Or Falchon? That's the most debated goddamn sword name ever. trying to figure out what to call it. Every time it comes up as a subject, there's comments in below the videos, and they're all arguing about what to call it, and none of them agree, but they all think they're right. It's great. It's fun.